Hi guys and welcome back to my channel Popcorn Reviews. I'm Farhad. If you're new to this channel then please smash that subscribe button now, and you can sense the excitement in my voice already because it is Friday and finally there is a film that I really wish to talk about. The film that I'm going to be talking about is the new Tamil film Jailer, which is starring Rajinikanth after a very long time. Now, one of the reasons why I was looking forward to this film was because it was directed by Nelson, but I was also skeptical given that Nelson's previous film Beast was an absolute disaster and he could not do justice even to the star power of Thalapathy Vijay. Rajnikant, on the other hand, was also going through a rough time as far as the box office numbers are concerned. And it was a curious case as to how both of them are going to feed off from each other's energies. And that is when Jailer happened. You know, one of the strengths of Nelson is the black comedy that he infuses in the action sequences that is there. You were seeing that in Coco, you also saw that in Doctor, but it was missing in Beast. Does it actually imply in Jailer as well? Let's find out. So, coming to the story and screenplay, Jailer is the story of a father who's searching for his missing son, who is a cop. Okay, he's a cop and he's searching for his missing son. Will he be able to find his missing son? What happens to the missing son? All that is given in the story. Now, on purpose, I've kept the story a little vague because there is a lot to pack in as far as the story is concerned. But the story here definitely ticks all the right boxes for a commercial mass masala entertainer with the trademark Nelson black comedy, which is also there in the film. So the black comedy infused with action sequences is what makes Jailer an absolute mass masala entertainer. The screenplay is standing at almost 3 hours. It is about 170 minutes if I have to speak precisely so. It definitely is, it was a daunting watch, and I did feel that at least 20 minutes could have been trimmed off that runtime, because otherwise the film was an absolute blockbuster. I had an absolute ball watching this film. Now, you know, you could just sense the reaction of the public, that was the reaction of the audience, simply by the chirpiness around that was there before the movie had started. And once the movie started, the superstar Rajni tag which flashed just got the roof down. And how, and this was, by the way, a night show. They got the roof down even at 10:30 in the night, and that was something that was an indicator that the audience were nicely warmed up to the drama even before the first reel was out. So the two cheers that were reserved were one for Rajni sir and one for Anirudh, who is in his top gear at the moment. He was absolutely brilliant. He's been at the top of his game, and you know, when the public is rooting for you, it is something special. You know, it is something special. So the drama does open with the introduction of the antagonist. There's a small brief section that just sets the context as to what everyone's after, and you are introduced to the antagonist, which who has an eccentric sort of a personality with a sort of a black humor, you can say. Soon the house is brought down once again, the roof is brought down once again with the introduction of the protagonist, Rajni sir. And I did like the effort of the writers to not kick in the mass masala entertainer right from the start. There was a time that was given to the world building that was there. The family angle also was an interesting angle. Yeah, and it was laced with a lot of black humor, and that is something that I really liked, really enjoyed. Now, the proceedings here are very engrossing, especially after the introduction of the first conflict, which is the disappearance of the son, which is pretty evident. It was in the trailer as well. So, it's not a spoiler, by the way. And the events that follow also are designed in such a way that it will give you a high, so to say. But the trademark Nelson black humor is there throughout, and that is something that I really enjoyed. The action set pieces are very well choreographed, very well staged, and this includes the extended interval block that is there, and that is something that will be talked about for a very long time. The interval block was absolutely magnificent, that set things high, the bar high for the second half. But that is when the film slightly slips. I think there was this 20-minute period which could have easily been knocked out on the edit table. The love angle between a few folks from the film industry that had little to no relevance to the main plot, and it could have just been diverted off, I felt, and it was a little indulgent. But the writers do well to get the story back on track, and there are a few twists and turns in the second half. Yes, the humor is still there, okay, so I need to, I cannot emphasize this more, that the humor is still there, and I was laughing uncannily throughout the film. Not at the film, but with the film. It's a difference. But there are twists and turns, and that final act absolutely brought the house down, and it was reminiscent of the feel that I had while watching the Tamil film Vikram, when all three superstars were there. I'm going to specify on that in my next section, so stay tuned for that as well. So overall, I did enjoy the screenplay that was there. It was catered to the star power of Rajinikanth and some of the other superstars as well, which were in brief cameos, along with also not compromising on your vision. And that is the fusion that we as an audience deserve. It is a celebration of art and the artist. When it comes together, the result is Jailer. Coming to the technical aspects, the dialogues, the music, and the direction, the dialogues here are filled with one-liners, and trust Rajni sir to pull them off with that amount, right amount of swagger that is there, that every time he says a dialogue, there are whistles and claps right throughout. Every theatre, I would imagine it would be tenfold or hundredfold in the state of Tamil Nadu. In Mumbai, where I saw, they were also met with cheers, by the way. The music here is fabulous by Anirudh, and the different beats of the songs, they represent the vibe of the drama very well. But even better is the BGM, and it is Anirudh who's understood the world of Nelson just so well. And even the introduction of the superstars like Mohanlal and Shivakumar, all of them, are given such wonderful background music on which they walk with that swagger. Oh my god, that was the peak of commercial cinema, I would say, and that is something that I had been missing all this time, since probably Pathan. That was the last time when I'd heard such jeering and cheering in a theatre. I think this was absolutely wonderful to witness all over again in a night show. Imagine, it was a working day yesterday, and in a night show it was that. Director Nelson, absolutely brilliant comeback. Nelson is back with this film after the brief lull, after the absolute disastrous Beast. He has done a wonderful job. The action choreographed sequences are so well constructed, the editing is so well done, and the direction to top it is top notch. He played to the galleries with the star power of Rajinikanth, and also did not compromise on his trademark black humor, which was absolutely brilliant to witness. And Nelson is one of the gems that needs to be given that confidence to pull such movies off, because I think the genre that he's catering to, the mass masala genre with a black comedy, I think not many people have done that, and I think that is something that is very unique to him, and he needs to be empowered with that. Yes, Beast is in the past, but here he is back with a bang. Now, coming to the performances, I felt the performances are splendid here, and I like the utilization of the superstars by Nelson. They weren't in special appearances just for the sake of it. They were given specific roles, specific responsibilities, and he backed them up with those swagger, the walk, and everything of that was there for Mohanlal, for Shiv Kumar, even for Jackie Shroff. All of them managed to stand out. Particularly, I want to talk about Mohanlal. And much has been said about Mohanlal versus Mammootty. If there are any budding filmmakers watching, this is how you utilize your star. You do not make him into a caricature, but instead play to his star power, play to the galleries with his star personality that you have. And this is a sort of a mini comeback for Mohanlal as well, I would say, after the disastrous films that he had been doing, like Monster or Alone. All of them, I think, were absolutely substandard projects that were there. And I think Mohanlal also should be working with films, working with directors like Nelson and young directors who can exploit his star part to his advantage. And I would like a Mohanlal spin-off film as well. Nelson, are you listening to us? Mohanlal spin-off of this character, which seemed extremely interesting. His look, his swagger was absolutely amazing to watch, and it was the cherry on the top when Rajni sir and Mohanlal sir both were sharing screen space with one another. It was a sight to cherish and to capture and to be framed. Even with Shiv Kumar, I had watched his film Veda earlier in the year, and I absolutely enjoyed his presence. And he didn't have much dialogues here, but the walk was enough, and that was enough to bring the roof down. Oh my God. Shiv Rajkumar was also absolutely splendid, and it both all of them were I'm just brimming with my excitement about talking about such characters. Even Jackie Shroff, I think his was also met with jeers and cheers, and this is what mass masala entertainer cinema is, something that I'd been missing. But none better than Rajni sir. Rajni sir is the star of the show. Rajni sir is back with a bang, and which shows that even mega superstars need good directors to be presented well, and this is how you need to present your star. His swagger, his mannerisms, his body language, all were on point, along with a sense of humor and excelling in action. What else do you want? He was absolutely excellent in the persona of his character without overpowering the story in any ways. There were certain emotional streaks which were very well exploited in the film, and I really enjoyed that as well. So overall, Jailer is a mass masala entertainer which needs to be watched on the biggest screen possible, with a community viewing that will stay with you for a very long time. It is a film that got me Rajnified, and it was absolutely brilliant to watch the return of the mass masala entertainer, especially when it is done right. If it is done right, I have no objection to these sort of films that are there. No matter who says what, I have absolutely enjoyed it. And if you watched it, let me know your comments on what did you make of the film Jailer, what did you make of the Mohanlal cameo, because I know I'm catering majorly to the my Malayalam audience, and so they will want to talk about the Mohanlal cameo that is there. So let me know your thoughts on that as well. If you're liking this video, please smash that like button, comment on what did you make of the film. If there are any recommendations, throw me some. Subscribe to the channel, press that bell icon, share this video with your friends and family. Every little help is a big help to me, a small YouTuber like me. If you'd like to read my full review of Jailer, it is present on my site, Popcorn Reviews with a double S. Do visit that as well. Also follow me on different social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Letterboxd. I do not end up making a video on everything that I watch, but I do write a lot. All information is present on my site, Popcorn Reviews with a double S, and on my social media handles. I will see you again pretty soon with another video. There are a couple of films lined up, and you will hear from me very soon. Until then, take care of yourselves, and cheers to the Jailer vibe.